Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to many of us. Welcome to CEO Talk, a series conducted by CXO TV, where a CEO narrates a story and shares their learning and their success of building a great brand. So today we have completed more than 200 episodes, and in each episode, we dive into the minds of CEOs and top executives to uncover the strategies, innovation, and insight that drive their success. So today we have with us Ajay Sawant, the founder and MD of Orient Technology. Welcome, Ajay. How are you doing today?
Fantastic, Anuj. Perfectly fine, sound and raring to go.
Absolutely, the pleasure is all ours, Ajay. And Ajay, I want to start this discussion with I want to take you to a memory lane where I just want to understand a little bit about what inspired you to pursue your career path, and how exactly did you get started. Can you also share a little bit about the defining moment that actually shaped your journey?
It's a long story, Anuj, but let me start from my graduation days. After my engineering graduation, when I started my journey, we have got campus interviews done, and I was selected in one of the MNC company, which were typically in office automation products and technologies. And they, at that particular time, they were dealing into the telex, teleprinters, and fax. That particular time, India was not a manufacturing country. Most of the stuff were imported, and at that particular time, the import duty was to the tune of 175 to 200%. So people used to pay so much of import duty, but they used to bring the material from US, UK, and others. This company was headquartered in UK, and they used to import the material from UK here. After understanding that technology and those products, 2 years after that, we started, doing local manufacturing. And myself and my co-founder, Mr. Jaisha, along with Ujjwal Matre, we have completely indigenous that machine. And that machine was, of course, not at all in terms of looks exactly similar, but technology perspective, performance perspective, feature perspective was far better than the original imported machine. So my boss was very much excited about it, and we have given him a plan to set up a manufacturing plant in India, and my boss in UK refused it. Rather, he counter proposed us saying that you come over to London, okay, and we'll build a solar car. His next project was to build a solar car in 1992. At that particular time, solar car was a dream project. Okay, and till date, nobody has manufactured a solar car. And we were very excited. The only condition which we do not like was move from India to London. And that's where we said, boss, can't we make this solar car in India? And he said, no, India is not equipped enough to set up the manufacturing plant for solar car. So you better come to London. And that was the trigger point for all of us, is myself and my co-colleagues, Jayesh and Ujjwal Matre, to leave this MNC company. And we resigned without knowing what we are going to do from tomorrow. So, very hasty decision, you can say. But at that point of time, there was hardly any responsibilities. Shadi hui nahi thi. So, mummy daddy was there to take care of us. And then we decided, boss, we have all the knowledge. Can't we start our own? And next day we started our entrepreneur journey. So I still remember in 1992, in Nariman Point, sitting at the Tapri. Okay, at Nariman Point, there's no such hotel at that time, and it was only Tapris available. We decided to start our entrepreneur journey, and we found a name called Orient Telefax Private Limited. At that particular time, our name was Orient Telefax. The reason is we were knowing only telex, teleprinters, and fax machines. So that's why the name was accordingly put as a telefax company. We started doing office automation products, and it was doing good. Over a period of time, we find that telex and teleprinters do not have a long way. Means we find that yes, over a period of time, these products will die. We need to get into something new. And we moved from office automation products to IT. And that's where I said that telefax name will not suit. So in 1997, Orient Telefax and my fourth colleague, Mr. Umesh Shah, who was running Award Infotech as a company, got merged together and we started Orient Technologies Private Limited. So Telefax in 92, 97, after 5 years, we just merged two companies with Award Infotech and Orient Telefax and started Orient Technologies Private Limited. Since that day until today, last 27 years, we 4 co-founders are together and driving this company as a IT company. 97 was a PC era. So, of course, we started with our first business unit called End User Computing. And at that point of time, we used to sell Zenith machines, because we do not believe in assembled machines. The reason being there was a lot of excise duty used to be there at that particular time, or there are a lot of people who used to, do a lot of juggleries because there was excise duty, octroi, and whatnot. So we said, boss, we don't want to get there. We want a neat, clean business. And that's where we used to say, we'll just take the Zenith branded machines and sell it to our customers. But yes, 97 was a first turning point. We realized that yes, from office automation to IT was the first turning point, and that change, adapting to that change was critical. Once we get into that, 2001 was again a big turning point because that time the dot-com burst was there. In 2001, the entire economy was around dot-com and it has burst like a balloon. And we were all worried what will happen to IT now. But actually that was a boom time for IT. That's where the buzzwords start working. Means in 2000, there was a buzzword called Y2K. People used to make mint money on Y2K. Y2K was just a calendar change from 1900 century to 20,000 century. That's the only change which was there, but people have not realized it and said, boss, there is some bug in the softwares and all those things. And we all made money on that. And since then, we started understanding these jargons of IT. Every new jargons will make you money. So from there till date, तभी Y2K था, then DR आ गया, और आज के तारीख में हम AI बोलते हैं. All those jargons is an opportunity to make money. And that's the true entrepreneur story, I feel, which has been there for last 30 years.
Absolutely. I think jargons really help, and that's what they have been helping. And thank you for narrating your story. It's been pivoting from office automation down to PC, and I think you can thank your boss also, for this, because if he wouldn't have put this condition, then I don't think you have started your own venture. So with this, I'll just move on to the next question, which is all about, can you just brief us a little bit on the overview of how Orient Technology has evolved under your leadership? I know like recently you just got listed. What are some of the key milestones that have shaped its journey?
So Anuj, we realize that IT is evolving very fast. And the more you understand it, the more you will be more agile to keep on adopting the new change happening in the industry. So, as I said, 1997, it was a PC era. We started selling PC. In dot-com era, we started selling a data center products like servers, storage. In 2005, we started selling virtualization. Okay. And because of Twin Tower attack, 70% of the businesses in that Twin Tower never got up. People coined a new jargon called DR, disaster recovery. That has made us, another business volume, suddenly got this thing. People used to say DC and DR. So they used to keep on buying the equipment for DR, and they keep on, managing the DC and DR. So my technology, product, services, everything started moving. So we keep on evolving ourselves every 3 to 5 years, from EUC to data center to virtualization. Then 2011, we set up our own cloud along with a consortium of 12 new partners, where we used to compete with each other. So we collaborated with these 12 partners and, started all-time IT company, and we built our own cloud. So, we are always an early bird in adopting new technologies. 2011, when we started cloud, we were too early. Okay. 2015, AWS came to India, and we became the first partner for AWS. Then the Microsoft Azure started coming in. Then the business intelligence we went into. So we started doing, analytics kind of a thing, RPA, robotics process automation. And today we are talking about Gen AIs, NVIDIA stuff in the, HPC space. So, every 3 to 5 years, the technology will keep on evolving. We need to keep on adopting. If you are an early bird, you will be always getting that benefit. There are always pros and cons, because you have to learn. You have to, start adopting, making sure the use cases are developed for the customers and there is enough ROI for the customer. So if you do that, I think you will be fairly successful. Everything that we kept in mind was, while selling products and technologies and solutions to the customers, it has to be attached with the services along with it. And that is what we call it as a jam. So selling products and technology is bread and butter, but the jam is services. And everybody loves jam, right? So, we all felt that services is our jam, and selling products and technologies of various, OEMs is a bread and butter.
Okay, I'll just go to then touch upon it, your bread and butter as well, and also the gem piece as well. So, you touch upon cloud, and obviously you have that first mover advantage, being the first AWS cloud partner. And you'll see, recently there has been a trend where enterprise customers are really getting frustrated over the rising cloud cost. And what I see is they are looking for an alternative. So, do you think this is creating an opportunity for the local or a regional cloud providers?
Answer is yes or no, both, Anuj. You need to understand the customer workload, how dynamic it is, what is the ecosystem that workload needs. Based on that, if you have built your own cloud, it can able to do the justice. So just to tell you, Reebok was our customer, who were having a 1,200 retail showrooms, and all those showrooms was connected to our all-time IT FE cloud. But that was only a billing application. And we used to serve them only that application, that workload, very efficient. But the moment they moved from billing application to the ERP, FE Cloud was not good enough for the customer. Because then there are a lot of things that customer needs. Because then there is a database, there is a middleware, there are so many things. A lot of APIs used to be there to get connected to their CRM system, to their HRMS. All that was needed, which, local partner like us was not equipped at that particular time. And that's where that entire workload has to move on then the hyperscalers like AWS. Now, answer is yes or no is for these two reasons. If you pick up your workload, which you can able to manage it, then the local cloud service provider has a play. But if you pick up a workload which is a dynamic in nature, like ERP, then you need to go to the hyperscalers only. And that's the difference when you see. So when you work with the customer, we always ask them the journey to cloud. And it's a long journey. Always people feel, यार, okay, मेरा ये workload है, ये उठा के cloud पे लेके जाना है, वो करना है. But that's not so easy, because once you move on the cloud, migrating from cloud to even another cloud or coming back, repatriation that people are talking about, is much, much difficult job. And because, once you move to the cloud, you get hooked up to cloud. Though your cloud billing will be, increasing, you have no choice either to stay there or take a bold decision to repatriate. So, cloud journey, you need to be very thoughtful. You either adopt, with a complete thought in mind, with complete exercise, you have to do a lot of exercise. You need to understand all the hidden agenda, that you may face after 3 to 6 months. So if you do that, if you have done that, then you move to cloud. Otherwise, cloud is a slow poison. And cloud is no more cheap. To be very honest, Anuj, everybody by now, everybody must have understood that, yes, it gives you agility. It gives you flexibility. It has its own advantages. But at the same time, don't go for cloud just because it's cheap. Unless you have a workload which is only 3 months or 6 months, it's only a definite period, you need to work on. So while doing testing for that, you can move on cloud. While doing development, which is a fixed time efforts, you can move on. But the moment it comes onto production, it's a long-term journey. Please be careful.
Okay. I think point noted, man, that's a very hybrid answer, I would say, Ajay. So thank you so very much for letting know our audience about, the challenges they might face and what they have to do, in case it purely depends on the kind of a usage they have, and critical application definitely require cloud. And when it comes to the prices, yes, prices is something which is a point of concern for a lot of CIOs and CXOs, which I'm sure, since the way how the hyperscalers have been considering India as a very important market, I'm sure, they will do something about the price piece as well. So now moving down to the next question, Ajay, it's just all about, let me understand a little bit on Orient Technology, how Orient Technology has really built a reputation for its customer-centric approach. How do you ensure that the client satisfaction remain a priority, especially in an industry that is constantly evolving?
So we are a multi-specialty hospital. Okay. Whereby, if you go into that hospital, various types of doctors, various types of labs available. Orient is like that. In IT, we take care of everything. One-stop solution for the customers. So we started with end-user computing, then we moved to data center solutions, then we moved to a cloud, then we moved to cybersecurity, then we moved to analytics, robotics, process automation. So application space we ventured into. And finally, we bundled all this with the services. So most of the IT requirement, we able to cater to all my customers under one roof. So that's the beauty of Orient, and actually that differentiates us with our colleagues in the market.
Okay. So do you have a thought to, build up your own IP, or you just want to be concentrating more towards the service architecture, what you have built over here?
So ideally, we are believing in services, and I consider that as a jam, because every customer needs service. Every customer, whatever they buy, they can buy nowadays directly through the OEMs, but the service, they have to come back to the system integrators like us. So we always call ourselves as a from procurement to the IT disbursement of the product. So once the end of life comes, even we try and take care of that also. So e-waste, okay, which is a today burning issue.
Yeah.
For the most of the economists or socialists or even CIMs, okay, we have a ESG practice within ours. So we call that as a sustainability services. We give it to our customers. Of course, it's part of a services again, but we do a lot of services bundle and provide to the customers. So rather than developing IP, we keep on innovating our services.
Okay, I think innovation is something which is very important, and let me, it's definitely a commendable, how you keep your customer centricity, as the core value at Orient. And now I'll just want to touch upon a little bit on the AI piece, which is the topic, I think, of every conversation around the IT space. So in your view, how is the IT-driven automation shaping the future of future of IT, I would say, IT landscape as such?
Yeah.
And
So,
what competitive?
Anuj, artificial intelligence is a buzzword today. Okay. And especially in the HPC world, okay, high performance computing, AI is the thing. And that's how even NVIDIA is making a lot of money. But of course, NVIDIA is the early bird. It has captured that market. I'm very sure that AMD and Intel will follow that soon. But considering that market segment, okay, I see a huge potential in GenAI. There are use cases getting developed. There are not so many or enough in the market for each industry vertical perspective. But very soon you will find that huge use cases will get developed. And once that use cases gets developed, then there will be actual boom of AI. Today people are talking about it, experimenting on it, trying to figure it out what is the use case for them. Most of the CIOs are not knowing what is the use case for their industry, for their own company. Okay. Getting the ROI out of it is a big question mark. Everybody is struggling. Whoever has bought, AI, they are, NVIDIA's GPU, they are not able to show the ROI. Most of them are struggling. Okay. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
But it's a initial, teething issues, I feel. Okay. Over a period of time, I am sure, it's a matter of 6 months now. It will become a mainstream. And then GPU is equal to CPU. I always tell my internal team, saying that you will always find जितने CPU आज आप बेच रहे हो 6 महीने के बाद उतने GPU आप बेचना चालू करोगे. Okay, so that's how the industry is shaping towards. कमी किसकी है? तो only the use cases. जितने use cases बनेंगे, I think things will be in.
Okay, so you talk about the use cases. Let me ask you, since you work with enterprise customers. So what are the burning issues, Ajay, which you feel that, when it comes to AI? You just mentioned, you've seen that they have been early adopters of AI, but still, they're not being able to optimize it, or probably not being able to use it What is your take on that here, especially since we have a lot of CIOs as our leaders, any particular message you want to give down to them?
If you see, every enterprise has created data because everybody has deployed ERP, whichever ERP they have. Most of the enterprises are using SAP, banks are using core banking. Most of the pharma companies, manufacturing are using SAPs. Everybody has the ERP in place.
Yeah.
And ERPs created a huge data. I consider that data is a raw data. And there is a saying called data is a new oil. Okay. But unfortunately, people don't know how to use that data, how to model that data, how to take their business decisions based on that data. Until unless you know how to use that data to take your business decision, that is what AI does. Now, LLM is the language where everybody starts modeling their data. The adoption of LLM in each of these organizations will turn the table. And that's where the GPU market or the AI is going to, take a big boom. Yes, it will cut down on the people. It will cut down on the resources. That's a threat because India is a more labor-intensive country. But so be it. Even for the AI, you need a skill. So probably those portion of people will get skilled in a different way. So that's something which everybody has to look upon, that how you skill yourself in those new technologies.
Okay. So it sounds like Orient is well prepared for the future, and your forward, thinking approach ensure that Orient will continue to be a major player in the IT landscape. So, any particular advice you want to give it? Because we have a lot of aspiring tech leaders listening us. What piece of advice would you like to give to the young professionals, aspiring to succeed or probably want to become a next Ajay Sawant?
So, Anuj, I'm too small a person to advise people, but what I can tell my young team here are a couple of things. First and foremost, I always say that L has to be greater than C. Now, what does it mean? It simply says your L means learning has to be the greater than the C means change happening around you. You need to keep on observing what's happening around you, what is coming to you. And that's where the vision comes in. If you know what's going to happen down the line 3 to 5 years, okay, you will start to learn first and then adopt it. So my first suggestion, or I will not say advice, but first suggestion or recommendation to all my leaders in this community is, guys, L has to be greater than C. First, this thing. The second, this thing is be bold. Adopt that in the early stages, because then only you will able to make some money. Once it becomes a mainstream, you are just a follower. Then the hype has gone, margin has become a normalized. If you try to get in at that particular time, you will always fight for your ROI. Because you need to do some investment in terms of skills. And to manage those skills, you need to keep on paying from your nose. And you will not able to cope up with the margins that you will get from the customer. Because everybody is doing it at that particular time. So try to be early adopters, early bird in that technology and start selling it. So those are the simple recommendations that I will give to all my fellow colleagues. And don't try to play a game of valuation. Always concentrate on your P&L. There's a new funda which is, you may think that I am an old thought leader, but yes, I strongly believe in a P&L funda rather than a valuation funda. Valuation is like mirage. Okay, you keep on chasing. You will keep on chasing. You will never actually reach to that mirage. I hope I'm making sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what I can pick up from the conversation is learning greater than the chance is something which is even a kind of a learning for me as well. Thank you, for Ajay for putting it up so nicely. And then Bolt, what I understand is more in terms of the risk appetite. The entrepreneurs need to have a good risk appetite. It's a long marathon. It's not like, you do something and you just instantly got getting results out of it. You need to have that patience and a good appetite for the risk and a calculated risk. The game of valuation is something which you touch upon, and I really agree with your P&L piece, because I think that's what even most of the investors have started doing. I think they have started focusing more towards the P&L, the profit. That's what we can see. So a lot of wise words, Ajay. Your advice definitely, scores the importance of both technical expertise and your rational skills in this fast-pacing industry. So with this, we come to the end of the episode. Thanks, Ajay, for such an insightful session. And we really had a great interaction with you.
Thanks, Anuj.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.